Hey my friend, welcome back to a new video. In this video I will explain to you how to trust your soul. We'll go through a lesson, so we'll talk about what your soul is, how the soul speaks to you, what's the difference between your soul's voice and your fear, what blocks it, and on and on and on. This will be a wonderful lesson. And I want to take you through this very practical video, so you stay focused with me, and I want to keep it organized. So, firstly, what is the soul? Because this is something, people are a bit skeptical. What is the soul? Well, look at yourself as you're a being made of layers. And if we simplify, you're your mind, you're your emotions, and you're your soul. It's not that you're literally your mind, and you're not literally your emotions, and you're not literally your soul. Those are layers through which you experience yourself. So you're made up of different layers. Mind thinks, analyzes, and remembers stuff. Emotions feel and react. Because of emotions, we experience this life. And then this deeper layer is soul, from which knowing comes, from which guidance comes, from which a deeper level of observation comes. So if we can go deeper from the mind, deeper from emotions, we get in touch with clear knowing. We get in touch with that guidance mechanism. And we're able to observe our lives from a perspective where we're not attached to the outer world. So we don't react to what's happening outside of us. And in that perspective, we're able to see a clear path for, what to do, like where to go, what's the right thing to do. This is the soul's perspective. I know we could use different languages, like maybe intuitive side or higher self side. So there are different words, but I want to simplify it so we don't lose ourselves in language, okay? Now, your soul is your true essence. It's always connected to what we call love. It's connected to the source of life that gives you life, and this is what we call love. So love is a word for energy we experience that is beyond what's familiar to us. Like most people live in fear or sadness or judgments, envy. Usually people are quite in negative emotions. But when something pulls us out of a reactive state and it puts us into a state of awe, of reverence, of almost like ecstasy, we call it love often, especially, when it's a force that's beyond words, like what we experience when we meet that special person, when we do something that truly pulls us out of our mind, we experience love. And then in more spiritual experiences, like mystical experiences, it's very common that you experience an energy, have no words for it, and that's what we call love. So your soul is always connected to that source, and therefore more you get deep into your soul, more you experience this kind of energy. It's calm and it's wise. So your soul is calm. When you get into it, you will feel calm and you will feel wise. You will just know what to do. And also your soul is never lost, only covered by mental noise. So this is something we need to know, we need to understand, because so many times we analyze our lives, right? We overthink, we judge, we get lost in emotions. And it creates a lot of noise. So people don't know what to do, and they get confused, and they try to solve problems with thinking. But, real solutions happen when we go deeper, when we get back in touch with our soul. So remember, mind thinks, emotions feel, but soul knows. This is as simplified as possible. If you know this, you know a lot. But, we need to experience it, like how to get more in touch with it. So let's firstly understand how the soul speaks. So then you can go deeper, right? So the soul doesn't shout, right? It doesn't scream, hey, listen to me. No, it doesn't speak like that. It gently communicates through intuition, like, I just know. We often experience it, like, you may be in a room and you just know this is not for you, or you know this is for you. You may start a certain hobby, endeavor, project, and you immediately know this is for me or this is not for me. You may meet someone and you may know this person is for you or not. This is intuition. It speaks to you through inner peace. Like, there are certain places you experience inner peace, and that's how you know your soul wants you to be there, right? You read a book and you experience inner peace. You know that book was for you at that particular moment in your life. It speaks through love. Like I said before, you experience that energy when you're with that person, when you do that thing, when you meditate, you experience it. This is where soul speaks to you. It's not always about a message. Sometimes it's about sensation, it's about energy. Then something I truly love is inspiration. Your soul speaks to you through inspiration. So I like to say, people, ask yourself what inspires you. What kind of people inspire you? Because they have something, certain quality, certain talent that maybe you have too, and they've activated it. And that's why you feel inspired by them, because your soul is saying you can do it too, maybe in a different way, but they've already done something you can do too. So you feel inspired by them. Or there's a book that inspires you because there's something in it that you need to know. So that's how your soul speaks to you, through inspiration. Then also powerful curiosity. See what you are curious about, because that's where your soul is actually pulling you towards that knowledge, towards that inspiration, information, towards those endeavors. Like, I'm an athlete, and before I was an athlete, I was so curious about, what's possible with that sport. I was curious, what would happen if I would start doing that sport. So it was a very positive, exciting, curiosity. So I went into it, and it was like a rabbit hole. Like, whoa, I can do this and that, and it's so exciting. And it started turning on a lot of, passion. And I've noticed my soul wanted me to go into this sport because that sport taught me discipline. It shaped me. It taught me how capable I am when I truly become passionate about something. So follow curiosity. See, certain knowledge may be very attractive to you. That's where your soul is taking you, into that kind of a field of knowledge. So go for it. But you will see, soul is like, it's very electric. So that's why, many spiritual people have a challenge to ground themselves. Soul will speak to you, but then it's human nature that must be shaped. So that's where we are shaping character. So yes, when you're curious, then I always say to people, don't just follow curiosity. Take what you've started to the finish line. We need to learn to finish what we've started. That's why I've created a school community where I've put in teachings where you make this kind of knowledge, what I'm giving to you, very, very practical. And we build a healthy level of discipline and order. So if you want to go deeper into it and truly shape yourself in a positive, constructive direction, I would suggest to go and check if our community is for you. You will find so many lessons and other people will support you. So it's truly incredible space. And then another way your soul speaks to you is through synchronicities. So synchronicities are a language from this universe that says to you, you're interacting with me. You're in communion with me. And I'm giving you feedback that you're doing something right. So you may see numbers, you may see alignments, you may see people talking about something you've just started exploring. Those are all synchronicities. It means there's a change that is happening on the energy level. And you're now interacting with this greater field of consciousness. And it is giving you feedback. So that's how soul speaks to you. Like soul is saying, hey, you've done something well, that's why you've seen a synchronicity. I'm giving you feedback here. So, this picture here kind of creates duality, even though better would be if soul is actually inside. And here it shows, maybe mind of this person is active and he's seeking connection, soul is answering, but soul is actually within. So an important distinction we need to make when we talk about this is how we know the difference between our soul's voice and our fear. And it's very easy to make it. So you see here on the screen, right? Soul versus fear. So when you have, like I mentioned before, when you have inner peace, when you have inner knowing, when you have inspiration, when you have curiosity, this kind of pulse, pay attention. Are words or ideas or kind of pulls that come to you, are they calm or are they loud? Are they patient or are they urgent? Are they clear or are they doubtful? Are they gentle or are they controlling? This is a big difference because, calm down, because, well, I'm so excited when I talk about this. Passion takes over. Excuse me, my friend. So, what is happening? Well, sometimes when we sit in meditation, mind may interfere because we are so used to live in the mind that we don't really know how to stay quiet. It takes time, it takes patience. So when you're asking your soul for guidance, sometimes mind may interfere and give you some loud ideas, some urgent ideas, some doubtful ideas, right? Some controlling ideas. Like, you need to do this because otherwise it will be the end of the world. But soul is very patient with you. It will be patient with you. Certain ideas will be repeating. Like, it was when I was thinking about creating a community, an online community with it, attractpassion community. That idea was coming to me, firstly, it started coming to me around 3 years ago. And I knew there will be so much work related to it that I started postponing. And I said, well, if it will return, it's the right thing. But my soul is so patient. I'm not that patient. My soul is. So it returned. And 1 year later, it returned. And then I've still postponed it, and it returned. And I remember one day I was sitting in meditation, and I got so clear, again, clarity, right? So clear picture of everything I could put into that community. And I said, I can't postpone it anymore. I want to do it. And then I've started making lessons, and I've been receiving downloads and clarity. And it was crazy. Like, in 2 days, I've made, organized plan for 130 lessons, just download after download after download. And I had so much of energy. It was incredible. And it felt like intense, but also gentle. So this is how you know the difference between your soul versus your fear that is mind-made. Now, also, when we go into this kind of topics, people wonder, like, what blocks my soul? I don't feel connected to my soul. I don't hear my soul. I don't sense it. Is there a block? Is there something blocking me? Well, let me give you an answer. So, you know what truly blocks your soul? It makes it harder for you to hear your inner wisdom. It's fear, it's stress, it's overthinking, it's constant distraction, It's wanting everyone's approval. This is what blocks you. These are the only blocks. Nothing mystical, right? Nothing mystical. You can say it's a curse from someone else. It's fear, my friend. You fear it. You've created a belief. Someone cursed me. Curses are real, yes, but only when you fear them. If you say no, because I can easily quiet down the noise of my mind and I can open my heart, I can connect with my soul, no curse has power over you because you are more powerful. This is the truth. So, fear blocks you. Stress blocks you. You need to learn to let go of stress. Your body is in stress because it is experiencing resistance, and resistance is not a bad thing, but your mindset about resistance, your approach towards it, or your relationship with resistance creates stress. Like, it shouldn't happen. It's a bad thing. I shouldn't be here. You are there, accept it. It's okay. It's part of a plan. And you will be okay. I see you. Shoulders dropped. You feel better, right? That's what happens. Overthinking. Are you overthinking, my friend? It's another block. You can't hear your inner wisdom if you're overthinking. Is this or that? Is that the right thing? No, none of that is right. Go within. Focus on slow deep breathing, and you will see. When your mind calms down, your brain goes from high beta brainwave frequency into a slow alpha brainwave frequency, and then theta. And this inner knowing will become a bit louder. If you're constantly distracting yourself, same. You can't hear your intuition. You're addicted to impulses, to stimulation. You will need to take a break from that for some time to hear it. And if you want everyone's approval, well, soul is not here to seek approval. Soul is here to experience life and to express itself. Will people like what I'm doing? I don't care. I need to do it. This is soul's approach, right? Will people like my paintings? I'm an artist. I don't care. I paint because I love to paint, because I want to bring my visions out onto a canvas. This is soul's approach. At the beginning, it's a bit scary, right? Because, like, what people will say, people are not used of that version of me. Maybe you're not used of that version of you too. So firstly, you need to become more comfortable in it, and then people will meet you on that level too. So that's what happens when you go deeper and you start to express deeper parts of you. It's completely common when you go on higher levels. You know, you meet people that are on higher levels. You will see it's common. They will say to you, oh, welcome to the club. Like, whoa, you're expressing your truth. Yeah, that's normal for me. And they will say that too. When I talk with people and I share this kind of ideas, they're like, whoa, I don't believe that. I say, experiment, try it out. And they're like, oh, what my family will think I'm crazy. Come on, my friend, are you living for them or you're living your life? That's the point. So you need to know the soul never stops speaking, but often we don't hear it because we are in fear, we are in stress, we are overthinking, we are constantly distracting ourselves, and we are waiting everyone's approval. You don't need that. You need to approve that inner voice. Yeah, I will do it. Now, how can you learn to trust? Oh, that's a beautiful question. How can you learn to trust your intuition? Look at that. This may even activate you, right? This picture here. Beautiful. So I will give you very practical guidance. You see, trust grows through practice. How I've learned to trust my inner voice, my visions. Well, a long time ago, I've started seeing pictures in my mind's eye, and I decided I will draw it. And you know, first time I saw a picture, I needed to be very, very fast because otherwise I would forget it. But as I've done it, I've started trusting my ability more than that I can actually channel these pictures. Later I've learned to paint, and through time I've learned to memorize what I see. Now I can see a picture and I can paint it 1 month later because I trust that the guidance will come back. But at the beginning, we need to learn this simple process. So what is it? Well, pause. This is the first thing. Like, you want to trust your soul? Learn to pause first. Create a spiritual window in your day, like maybe in the morning, maybe before you go to sleep. Create it as a window for my soul. Like, this will be my, let's say, date with my soul. Okay, that's a beautiful thing. I will have a date with my soul. So what you do, you pause. Yeah, pause, my friend. Then become still. Okay, become still. Focus on slowly breathing. And learn to listen. Learn to listen. Like, in conversations, we talk way too much. We forgot how to listen, right? You will become such a good listener that other people will think you became a saint. No, don't go too far. But you will become such a good listener that people will feel safe with you because you've started to feel safe in your own skin because you've started listening to yourself. Then notice what feels peaceful. Notice what feels peaceful. And then take one small step with what you've experienced. You don't need certainty. You only need next aligned step. So this is how you start trusting. It may be maybe call that person. And you may be amazed, you know how many times it happens that in this moment of listening, I start to think, for example, about my mother. And then I come out of meditation and my mother calls me. It happens so many times. Or it may be somebody else. You may have a thought about someone. Then you go into the city or somewhere and you meet that person. It may happen. And that's how you will start trusting your soul more. Because you will see it's all connected. It's all connected. So now the main lesson here is, how can you start living from your soul, right? So you don't live just in your mind and in your emotions, but you start living from your soul. This is now where the magic begins, right? So how can we do it? Well, when you trust your soul, you have less fear, less doubt, less overthinking, less people pleasing, right? And you have more peace, more confidence, more authenticity, more purpose, you have more joy. So if you want to live more from your soul, you will need to focus what gives you peace and do more of that, right? What gives you confidence, what makes you confident, what kind of actions, what kind of endeavors, what kind of sports, what kind of activities, what kind of job makes you more confident, and do more of it. Because that is your aligned path. What makes you more authentic? Where you feel more of like yourself. Oh, I'm being myself right now because I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, what's meant for me, right? Focus on that. You don't know. I don't know what makes me authentic. Yeah, because you haven't explored curiosity. Remember, I said that before. Follow curiosity until you find things where you become authentic. Somebody said, I love to dance. Do you love to dance? Do you love to sing? That's you, my friend, being yourself. How can I take it to the next level then, soul says, because soul is all about ascending. How can I take it to the next level? How can I serve more people with it? Oh yeah, how can I serve more people with it? That's the next level, okay? How can I serve more people with it? Guess what? People will come to you. Where can I pay you? Yeah, because now you're living in authenticity and you became confident in it. And people will be like, I want to learn from you. Where can I pay you? That's how you know you're on the right path. And that will create purpose. So if you want to live from your soul, you will need to combine what I said. It gives you peace, it makes you confident, it makes you authentic, and it gives you reason to live. That's purpose. Reason to live. How can I be paid for it? Yes, show up to people who want it. Show up to people who want it, who need it. And you will see if this all gives you joy, you know you live from your soul, not from people pleasing. this is it, right? This is it. So remember, your soul is always guiding you. It doesn't force, it doesn't rush, it simply whispers the next step. The more you trust, the more you listen, the more you trust, right? The more you trust, the more your life begins to align. So this is it, a very simple wisdom to live more from your soul, to trust your soul, to listen to your soul. You are a soul on a human journey. Don't forget that. Often you may think, I'm not, I have so many thoughts, I overthink everything, I analyze, I live in my memories, and then I feel and I react. Yes, most people live here, mind and emotions, right? But you're slowly ascending into living more in your knowing, in your guidance, and you're becoming observer. So master this, and your life will become truly, truly beautiful. Well, I hope you found a great value today. If yes, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And also, if you want to go deeper into all this kind of guidance and way more practical steps for your daily life, join our community and become a part of, family, Attract Passion. See you there too, and see you in the next one. One love, my friend.